My charger's not working, so that's where I'm going.
Okay.
Hey, Jeff,
Yes,
would it be possible for you to print off a paper agenda for me?
will do.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll hold for a minute till we get that. All right, looks like we've talked to our friend the owl here, which we're still getting used to working with here. It feels like we're looking up in the sky every time we talk, even though the speaker and the camera is down on our desk here. But I think we're ready to go this evening. Again, welcome to the Board of Commissioners regular meeting. It's a virtual meeting again, November 23, 2020, 6:30 p.m. So at this time, I'd like to start to call the meeting to order, but before we go there, I'd like to turn it back over to the town clerk. Melody?
Good evening. I just wanted to go over a couple logistics with relation to this meeting. Participants, please make sure to keep your camera on while the meeting is in progress and to mute yourselves when you're not talking. Board members, the mayor will call on each of you individually to provide comments and votes. We do have one change from our usual procedures. When voting, please remember to identify yourselves by stating your name and your vote. If you would like to speak at any point during this meeting, please raise your hands and be mindful of your background. If we are in the middle of a presentation and you are raising your hand but not being called on, please feel free to speak up. Additionally, we would like to make sure that all board members are able to participate in this meeting fully. If you experience any technical difficulties, please let me know via text. So next we need to take the roll call. Please indicate if you're present. Mayor Ronald Pappas,
Present?
Mayor Pro Tem Brenna McMillan,
Present.
Commissioner Ann Simpson,
Present.
Commissioner Tracy Westlick,
Present.
Commissioner Pedro Morey. Thank you. All members are present. Mayor, I'll turn the meeting back over to you.
Very good. Thank you, Melody. A little more technical difficulties usually with the fat fingers here. So we'll jump down to the next part, our opening. And so if you would please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we will pause briefly for a moment of silence. Nick, thank you very much for this. We'll start. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Very good. Thank you, everybody. All right, we're going to move down to the next part is the adoption of the agenda. Do I hear any requests, any changes to tonight's agenda? Seeing none up there right now, I'm going to call for a roll call vote to adopt tonight's agenda. Do I have a motion to adopt tonight's agenda?
So moved.
All right, roll call vote, please. Mayor Pro Tem McMillan,
Aye.
Commissioner Westlick,
Aye.
Commissioner
Would you
Moray,
like to please state your name with the motion, with your vote?
Aye, Brenda McMillan.
Commissioner Westlick,
Aye. I don't know where my speaker just, where my,
if you could just state your name as well. We're going to have to get used to a new procedure.
okay, Tracy Westlick, aye.
We're good. Commissioner Moray,
Pedro Morey, aye.
Commissioner Simpson.
Ann Simpson, aye.
Very good. Thank you. Appreciate that. We are ready to go to the next segment. We do have a statement by the town clerk again. Melody, back to you.
Thank you, Mayor. So a total of 13 comments were received, with 12 of those comments pertaining to Broad Street Homes rezoning. The window for public comment submissions closed 24 hours after the public hearing concluded on August 11th, 2020. All comments received within the 24-hour period were forwarded to the board and incorporated into the public record. Following the closure of the public comment period on August 11th, any public comments received related to Broad Street Homes have been provided to the Board of Commissioners and will remain on file with the clerk's office. Later in the meeting, we will have 2 public comments related to general public comment session.
Very good. Thank you, Melody. All right, we're going to go drop down to the consent agenda. Do I have any questions or any changes requested for the consent agenda? Seeing none, I'm going to have a motion, please. If somebody make a motion to adopt the consent agenda.
Ann
So
Simpson,
moved.
I'll make a
We got a little change of procedure, so we're going to want to make the motion, state the name, and then we'll also make the motion or make the vote and state the name as well. So a little bit different this time.
I make a motion to adopt the consent agenda, Brenda McMillan.
Very good. We have a motion to adopt the consent agenda. Ray?
Pedro Morey, aye.
Great. Commissioner Westlick?
Aye, Tracy Westlick.
Commissioner Simpson?
Ann Simpson, aye.
Very good. Thank you. The consent agenda is adopted as presented. And so we have some recognitions, and I see Mr. Matthew on the screen with us over here. You're smiling all the time. That's frozen smile unless we get to see
There we go.
see you alive. There you go.
I am here. Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it this evening. So I'll go ahead and get started. Hello, my name is Matthew Selbs. I'm the Public Safety Risk Management Consultant for the North Carolina League of Municipalities. Thank you, Mayor Pappas and the Waxhaw Board of Commissioners for this time and recognizing the Waxhaw Police Department for completing the North Carolina League's Law Enforcement Risk Review Program. Now, the Risk Review Program involves a comprehensive review of high-risk policies, operations, and practices that include a detailed on-site agency administrative and operations review of the department's equipment, facility, conduct officer interviews, observations of operations, all to validate best practices aligned with the industry. We specifically look at high liabilities within the department that consist of police vehicle operations, response to active resistance, evidence, employment practices and procedures, and about 36 categories in all, Mayor. Now, this review is supported by the North Carolina Police Chiefs Association. And I'm proud to report this evening that the Waxhaw Police Department has completed the Law Enforcement Risk Review. The chief and the department and the staff prioritized this initiative, and the department was very proactive and involved in the whole process. I want to personally thank the chief, Lieutenant McMullen, and the command staff for their leadership and participating in a very important initiative. They were very transparent during the whole process, sir. I have spent 24 years in law enforcement, 12 years as a police chief in Troutman, North Carolina, Iredell County. The officers I work with demonstrate a very high level of commitment throughout the state of North Carolina and are very professional and their communities and relationships as well. And again, Mayor, I'd like to congratulate the department. And as you can see, the plaque is there up on the screen, recognizing the Waxhaw Police Department for completing the review presented today, November 23rd, 2020. Hope to make a trip down there after Thanksgiving, and I'll be delivering the plaque to the chief and command staff and maybe get a picture, outside the department, recognizing them so we can promote this on the league's website, and you can promote it on your town's social media site as well. And again, I'd like to congratulate the chief and the lieutenant for hard work well done in the police department. Congratulations.
We'll do a loud round of applause for the police department. They are racking them up. We're going to have a hard time talking to them because they won't be able to fit all their awards in one room. So appreciate all the effort, Lieutenant Mulligan, Chief Ice, and all the staff and crew from the police department. Job well done, guys. Really appreciate it. So thank you very much. Thank you, Matthew, for being a part of this presentation tonight. And I look forward to lots of pictures when you come over and physically present to them. So if you guys can do that, we'll make sure we get it recognized and noticed out in the public as well.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, town board as well. Thank you.
Lieutenant Mulligan, is there anything that you would want to say? I see you're on the screen. Are you listening only? I think he's hiding tonight. All right, so we'll roll over to that. But again, well job, Waxhaw Police Department. Well done job, Waxhaw Police Department. Appreciate that. Okay, we're going to move down. Let's see, there's nothing tonight under presentations, nothing tonight under public hearings. We're down to G, old business. And this one is a presentation by Madison. Madison, if you could bring us forward and up to date on this, we'll give the mic over to you. And I don't see you on the screen yet. There you go, coming up.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's been a while since I've been here, but let me pull up my presentation real quick.
Again, this is discussion on the general rezoning of Broad Street Homes, RZ 010285-2020. Madison, back to you.
Thank you, Mayor. Can you guys see my full screen?
We can hear.
Okay.
Everybody's good?
All right, let's go. So explanation of requests, as Melody mentioned, the public hearing for this was held back on August 11th. And so this is a petition requested by Broad Street Homes for a general town rezoning from R3, our single family residential zoning district, to UN, our urban neighborhood downtown zoning district. And so addresses are for 316 Providence Street. Tax parcel ID I have updated now since Union County shows record of the subdivision of the parcels. And I will show this more in depth on the maps. And then the second parcel in question is on Washington Street. It's about 4.2 acres. And again, this is from a general rezoning request from R3 to UN. And so here you can kind of see the location of the parcels. One parcel here located on North Providence Street, and then the second being located along Washington Street. And so this parcel here in blue with the house with the pool has been subdivided. And so the rezoning request is for this yellow parcel here in the back. And then the second request is going to be for this bigger parcel up here. So it is currently split zone between UN here in the blue, and then the rear portion, which is the rezoning, is currently R3 in the yellow. And so the combined acreage of all this is about 5 acres. And so here again, here's just another aerial showing you the parcels in question. So going over the current zoning districts, to the north is the Southbrook subdivision, and you can see it being zoned CURM1. To the east are residential properties zoned R3 and R4. To the south is about the same, parcels zoned R4 and some zoned UN as well. And then to the west are additional residential properties zoned UN. And then farther down along North Providence Street, you see the zoning district town center. So moving to our future land use plan. So this is the future land use bridge policy, which shows the property as G4 downtown residential. You can see this is kind of consistent along Miller Drive and then North Providence Street and then along other streets in the area. And so the uses and density for this is a mixture of detached single family, cottages, duplexes, and then townhomes. And so the permitted densities are around 4 to 20 dwelling units per acre, which just depend on site characteristics and then the housing type. And so the requested zoning of UN, our urban neighborhood zoning district, is consistent with the G4 downtown sector with the residential designation. So the proposed zoning is the UN. This is a district that consists of predominantly medium density residential with more of that urban feel fabric, with it being in our downtown. And so the variety of building types are your single family dwellings to townhomes. And so the setbacks and landscaping are variable, but it incorporates streets with curb and gutter and sidewalks. So in our current ordinance, our UDO, this shows the lot requirements of the R3, and then as it compares to the UN downtown zoning district. And so you can see the front setbacks vary a little bit. In R3, it's 30 feet. And then in UN, it's a minimum of 6 to the maximum of 24. And you can see some of these differences with the rear setbacks here. And then of course with lot width are some of the differences. But at our regular planning board meeting in July, the planning board voted unanimously to send a favorable recommendation for you guys, and then also voted unanimously on the reasonableness and consistency statement. And so as far as the planning staff recommendation, staff recommends the approval of the proposed general rezoning. The UN zoning district is suitable for this property. So it's in keeping with our comp plan with the G4 downtown residential designation. The district is compatible with future land use and planning goals of the town of Waxhaw. And the subject property is adjacent to other properties in the area that are zoned the same residential density. So the request tonight, or requested action is for a motion to approve or a motion to deny the petition as presented. And then I will also ask for a motion on a reasonableness and consistency statement. And so I will open this up for questions. I will say the applicant is supposed to be here to provide some additional comments for a few minutes. But I would like to say that this is, again, just a general rezoning from R3, our single family residential zoning district, to UN, our urban neighborhood zoning district. And so if he is here, let's see if he shows up. Do not see him, but in the meantime, I'm open for questions, comments that you may have.
Madison, this is Commissioner Westlake. Can you tell me again, what is the maximum density allowed for UN?
So with our UN zoning district, there isn't a maximum density. So it's more of what amount of density they could fit within the parcel limits. And so it's based more on that as far as site constraints versus in our new ordinance, you know, R4 is 4 units per acre. So that would be your density max. So in UN, it's more of the housing choice or whatever they propose to be there and what can fit within the site limits.
I have a question.
Sure.
Brenda McMillan. You made reference to the fact that this is consistent with the current land use.
I did, yes.
Okay, and just now in a statement you said with our future land development, but we have not approved that, so we cannot go by that. We can go by what we are currently zoned and what we are currently working with. Am I correct?
That is correct. I was using it as an example to kind of show the differences as far as density restrictions within a zoning district, and with this one where it's more of the the amount of density you could fit within a particular parcel limits.
Okay, but we still cannot go by that because when you use that, it might make reference to the fact that that is what it may be zoned in the future, and we do not know in fact if that is the case.
That is correct.
Okay.
And actually see Brian, if you would like to say a few words, or we can just keep answering questions.
Madison, thanks for the overview. In the interest of time, I'm not going to go back through the entire presentation. I believe this is at least the second time that the mayor and board of commissioners have gone through this information, but I am here to address any questions or concerns, and also to say thank you to the residents of Washington Street and North Providence and the board of commissioners. We paused for about 60 days to address any and all concerns. Over the last 2 months, I believe the collaboration with ourselves and the residents, we're in a much better place today than we were 60 days ago. But no formal presentation. You've gone through all the details, but certainly available for any questions or concerns that I can address.
Any comments, questions to Brian or anybody else? Commissioner Simpson?
I don't necessarily have any questions, but there was just a few things that I just wanted to kind of state. I know that we did receive quite a few public comments for tonight, and Melody has forwarded that to the board. So if there's anybody watching or listening at home that we did get an opportunity to see those and read those, I just want to be clear and state really for the record that what the matter is before us is not to consider what may or may not be built. This is strictly a zoning issue. So we are only allowed as a board to consider the uses permitted by that particular zoning district. So anybody who's watching it, we cannot consider what the developer and builder will or will not put on this parcel of property. That being said, whatever goes forward with whatever their plans are, there are steps that they would initially have to work with the town staff to whatever their project was. Then it would go to the planning board, which would have an opportunity for the public to speak at, as well as would come back before us as the Board of Commissioners again to provide the public involvement and to give input to us at that particular time of their feedback. So just because there's a zoning request doesn't mean that there's a particular thing that is or isn't planned, and we cannot as a board consider that in our voting. So that's all I just kind of wanted to state and just reassure the citizens what we're doing tonight.
Very good. Any additional comments, thoughts for the applicant or anybody on the staff? Okay, looking around here, I see none this evening. So we're requesting, they're requesting an action by us, a motion to approve or deny, along with its appropriate, reasonable, and consistency statement. So I guess the question is, do we have a motion? Commissioner Simpson?
I would like to make a motion to approve petition RZ 010285-2020, as well as the motion to that it is consistent with the comprehensive plan and future planning goals of the town of Waxhaw. It is reasonable and in the public's interest to allow for urban scale density consistent with the G4 downtown residential future land use designation as recommended by the 2016 comprehensive plan policy bridge.
All right, before us, we have that motion. So motion to approve. So I'm going to do a roll call vote. Mayor Pro Tem McMillan.
Brenda McMillan, aye.
Commissioner Simpson.
Aye. Ann Simpson, aye.
Commissioner Westlake.
Tracy Westlake, nay.
Commissioner Morey.
Pedro Morey, nay.
Okay, we're going to go a little bit, Charlie, just to ask for your guidance along these next steps. If you could help us understand the next steps from a formality.
Well, from a formality standpoint, Mayor, it's a tie vote. You have the right to vote.
Very good. All right, well, I will cast my vote in favor of the motion to approve. And so I guess that ends the discussion.
State your name.
I guess I have to state my name. I'm Mayor Ron Pappas. I think we need to fix that. Melody, we have to fix that procedure. All right, well, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So the motion has passed 3-2, and we'll move on to new business. No new business on this. Melody, I think you're back up with the general public comments.
Thank you, Mayor. So we had received two. One was from Paul Schneider at 403 College Street. For 3 years, I have been sending pictures to the city and specifically to the town manager of the flooding on my property because of the building around my home. Chris and Orion are aware and have been out to see firsthand what I and my neighbors have to deal with. I keep being told there is no budget to address the water flow runoff. If there is no budget to address a problem, why compile that problem? Ignorance. The city and commission is now aware reparations need to be made to existing properties before there is further construction. Not even going to address the traffic folly that's been created. You are notified. And that's the end of the first comment. The second comment was submitted by Jonathan Weisberg at 2622 Cricket Cove, Waxhaw. Comment was related to crosswalks. We absolutely need a crosswalk from the corner adjacent to Mary O'Neill's crossing over toward the ice cream shop side across Providence. This is an accident waiting to happen. I see one near the tracks, but it's not clearly marked for vehicles and there isn't a sidewalk on the opposite side. Please address this as soon as possible. And that's the end.
Very good. Thank you, Melody. And I'm sure the town manager will take some notes on that and I know that there's been some comments before, so we'll look at that later on as we follow up. We're going to move down to the town leadership reports, and we're going to go, first up is Town Manager Jeffrey Wells. Jeffrey, the microphone is yours.
Thank you, Mayor. Just one comment this evening, and it's a repeat from our last meeting, but just want to make sure that the public is aware that Union County is requesting public comments on their 2050 comp plan. They're in the middle of their comment window on their draft, and they also have other meetings, some of which are scheduled virtually, and then others which are in person. And one of those in-person meetings will be here in Waxhaw on December 15th, and that'll be in the Police Department Community Room from 5 to 7 p.m. County staff will be available to showcase their plan and answer any questions. They are seeking that input in advance of their anticipated completion in early 2021. They have a virtual meeting also scheduled for December 2nd from 7 to 8:30 p.m. and two other in-person meetings, one on December 8th at the Union County Ag Center from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and another one on the 14th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Indian Trail Town Hall. But again, the one or that's closest to here will be in Waxhaw on December 15th at our Police Department Community Room. And considering how everybody's familiar with how the map of our town limits looks, there's a lot of areas that are county jurisdiction that people probably are not aware of. So I would certainly encourage people to come out and take a look, because there's a lot of properties on Highway 16, for example, that are not in the town limits, but they are county property. And then there's other examples of that in other places as well. So certainly be part of the process if you can, and that would be your opportunity to do so. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. A lot of follow-up to do on those items, and certainly everybody who can do participate on that input to the county. They could use everything that we have to give them back. So with this next one, if there's no other further comments from the town manager, I'm going to pass the baton back over to Miss Dina. Dina, you can tell us some more about what you're doing.
Yes, sir. All right, so I'm going to walk you through what's been happening with Park and Rec, what's coming up, and how you can be involved. There we go. All righty, so our program guide goes through to December, and how you register is on our Rec Desk software. We'd love to have you a part of our upcoming programs and events. Next week, we have a teen program with 8 Legs Gallery. Miss Jane's teaching some glass classes for our teens. That registration is still open. We also have mixologies happening the following week as well. That class is already full, and we've already got requests to have it again in the winter months. We are continuing our fitness for Waxhaw, our Tuesdays and Thursdays walking club continue on until Christmas. We still have Fridays yoga at Town Creek. Please join us for that. And our senior fitness actually wraps up next week for the holidays, and we'll start back in January. So it's time for Christmas and all of its events. So we have our first drive-through senior Christmas luncheon party event going on. So as you know, we've had to reinvent what events look like with COVID. And our seniors, unfortunately, have had they weren't able to join us for hardly any programs or events for this whole year. And so they really look forward to this Christmas luncheon. So instead of canceling, we're having a drive-through. Sign-ups are till Wednesday afternoon. So if you haven't signed up yet, seniors, it is your chance to get signed up. You can call Miss Joan, and she would love to help you with that. So we definitely need you to sign up ahead of time. Then we're having a Christmas concert that night with partnership. Forest Hills is letting us use their parking lot for our drive-in Christmas concert. We're having music and dance routines going on, so it's great for the whole family, and we need you to sign up as well. And thank you for all the volunteers with BOC and staff for helping with both these events. We really appreciate it. Next, we have our reverse Christmas parade. So again, thinking outside the box, the parade participants will actually drive through. So our citizens will drive through, and our parade activity area is going to be on the side of the road. So we'll wave and say hello and entertain as they ride past. We need our residents to please sign up with our rec desk as soon as possible so we can get you in your program lineup and be ready to have some fun. We're also giving out little goodie bags as well. So please join us for this awesome event. Just reimagine a little bit. Again, we are doing our Santa's Ride Through the Neighborhood. That's very traditional, but Mrs. Claus is joining Santa this year. So it's going to be awesome. So please look out for your neighborhood on our mapping system that you can find on social media and on the website. So that starts on Sunday the 13th and goes through to that Friday. So please look at where your day is. Like I'll be on the fire truck helping navigate on that Friday. Friday's my day. And I hope to see you out waving, socially distancing outside at your neighbors, but you get to see Santa and Mrs. Claus this year. So this is save the date. We have our menorah lighting in our downtown near the military wall at Tuesday, December the 15th at 5 p.m. This is a partnership with the Ballantyne Jewish Center. So this is a wonderful way for us to celebrate all different types of holiday engagements for this season. And then Reads Across America is on the 19th, and it's held at our Waxhaw Southside Cemetery. And if you were able to listen earlier when we did our workshop at 4:30, you'll know all about the downtown update to our park plan. We're super excited. One way for you to give us back your input is the public survey. The UR code is on there, but it's also on the website, on our social media. If you need assistance at all, you can come and call the office. We would love to help you. The next in-person public engagement is going to be Thursday, January the 14th at our PD from 4:30 to 6:30. And then we're going to do another engagement with the BOC and the Park and Rec Committee on January the 26th at 4:30 for a work session. And then we'll be back that night to hopefully get the plan passed so we can start our wonderful new park. Again, we're looking for partnerships for our upcoming events and programs. So this is a call to all instructors that would love to do a class with us or partner with us with upcoming programs from January to March. We're doing 3 months at a time because it's a little bit easier because of COVID on that end. So we'd love to partner with you with upcoming programs. This afternoon, the governor made an addition to the order for the tightening up the mask requirements. Doesn't really change anything that we're already not doing in our park system. So we have all the appropriate signage and hand sanitizer and cleaning protocol already in place. So it's just a healthy reminder to, wash your hands And remember to keep your distance with non-family members. As always, I leave you with our mission and vision from Park and Rec, and I would answer any questions that you have of me right now.
Any questions for Dina? Across the board, seeing none. Dina, thank you for always keeping us celebrating something.
Yes, sir.
You're definitely the cheerleader for the town. It's been a lot of fun. I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to all of your efforts over there, even though we have a very distinctly different look this year. The events still happen. So thanks for keeping us all busy and looking forward to something really fun.
Awesome.
We got a comment from the town clerk, I see.
Hey, so I heard from Chief Ice. He wasn't able to get on the meeting earlier, but wanted to express his sincere gratitude to everyone.
And again, thanks to the chief. I'm sure you can look at this later if he's listening now. I just want to say thank you again to his team and how much we all appreciate and the town appreciates their efforts and everything they do for us. So well-deserved award. A lot of hard work went into that. So thank you, Melody, for forwarding that to us. Dina, I'm going to drop back down to you a little bit. Any other questions and comments anybody has for Dina?
All right.
Dina, thank you very much.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yeah, looking forward to the park starting somehow. I can't wait to watch somebody turning that first spade of dirt out there.
Me too.
That's great. Thank you very much. Okay, at this time, I'm going to move down to any comments that we might have from the Board of Commissioners. Anybody feel like they want to speak tonight? Quiet group. All right, well, I will just close by, oh, there's a hand that came up front. Mayor Pro Tem, go ahead.
Just a quick, happy, healthy, safe Thanksgiving to all. Enjoy time with your family and just be blessed and safe.
Thank you for that. And certainly we all echo that. Traveling is going to be very different this year for those who may take the chance or go ahead and do it or have to. Certainly we want to, again, wish and extend our sincere thanks to everybody here in town and wish them, a happy Thanksgiving as well, that if they have a large enough family that they can gather up, they'll enjoy themselves. Otherwise, I think probably the Zooms and those types of venues are going to be very busy on Thursday. So again, we wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Any other comments from anybody? I don't see any more hands.
Mr. Mayor, real quick, I just want to thank the board for their vote on the agenda tonight about my contract for next year. I'm privileged to serve in this position, and I thank you very much. And happy Thanksgiving to all.
Thank you, Charlie. Well deserved. Thank you for all your help and support during these last, 11 months plus. And we've all relied on you in so many ways, and we will continue to do that. So stay healthy yourself. And we want to make sure that we can move forward with all the things that we have to during the next year. So Charlie, welcome back to the team, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And thank you, board. Be safe.
Thank you. All right, so seeing that there are no other comments, no other hands floating in the backgrounds back there, I'm going to say that we have no items on the closed session. So I will ask for a specific motion to adjourn, and we'll see if we can learn our way through this, town clerk, one at a time. So if somebody will make the motion to adjourn.
Morning, so moved.
We have a motion to adjourn. Commissioner Wesselek?
Tracy Weslick, aye.
Mayor Pro Tem McMillan?
Brenda McMillan, aye.
Commissioner Simpson?
Ann Simpson, aye.
Commissioner Moray?
Pedro Morey, aye.
Very good. We are adjourned. Good night,
Happy
everybody.
Thanksgiving, everybody.
Don't see you on the streets. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.